We would ask you not to block the exit area, and so if you could find a seat or take a seat in the lobby where we have video and extra chairs, but we have to make sure that the exit ways are clear. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Town of Los Gatos Council meeting, special council meeting for Tuesday, December 9, 2025. I've called this meeting to order, and could we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Isto?
Here.
Councilmember Rennie?
Here.
Councilmember Badami?
Here.
Vice Mayor Moore?
Here.
Mayor Hudas?
Here. And so we will start with verbal communications, and I'd like to ask Supervisor Margaret Abe-Koga to come forward, please. Not here yet? Okay. Here we go. Okay. Thank you, Supervisor Abe-Koga.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the kind invitation and for making time for me to say a few words. First of all, I just want to thank the town of Los Gatos for your incredible partnership with the county on so many issues. As we know, a lot of the issues that we face are beyond city borders, and so it really is very valuable that we have a strong partnership, and I appreciate that relationship that we have with the county and the city, so thank you so much. It's really my pleasure this evening and honor to be able to be here at your very important reorganization meeting, and just wanted to spend a few minutes honoring the outgoing mayor, Matthew Hudas, for your incredible leadership, your style in governing and leading with compassion, commitment, vision, and integrity is really has really made the city the great place that it is, that it continues to be, and you'll have a lasting effect in years to come. Through your leadership, I know you prioritized emergency preparedness and wildfire resistance, recognizing the growing threat of wildfires in our community. I know also that you're very committed to preserving the character of this town, and that is very valuable. As I represent 9 cities out of the 15 in District 5, I've now seen that every city has a unique character, and that's what makes this district so special and so wonderful. So thank you for your commitment to that, and to really making sure that everyone, young and old, and regardless of background, feels welcome in this community. So again, congratulations on your successful year as mayor. I look forward to continuing to work with you and working with the incoming mayor. I have a little bit of a inside track with him since he is a part of our D5 team, as well as the vice mayor. But thank you so much. And on behalf of the County Board of Supervisors, I would love to present this commendation to Mayor Hudas.
Thank you. I'd like to acknowledge some of the other elected officials who are here. So I believe Vice Mayor Saratoga Tina Walia is here. Assemblymember Patrick Aarons. Saratoga Councilmember Bilal Aftab. And Campbell? Don't see him. Okay. It's a big crowd here, so. Oh, okay. Terry, yes, of course. Ken Toran from Monte Sereno. And Terry Hines from the Campbell City Council. And I'd also like to acknowledge County Fire Chief Sawana Gertga. And then I have another speaker on verbal communications, Rania Mohsen from Congressman Sam Liccardo's office.
Good evening. My name is Rania Mohsen. I'm District Director for Congressman Sam Liccardo, and it's an honor to be here today on his behalf. He couldn't be here today because he's in DC at this moment, but just wanted to be a part of this reorganization and take a moment to commend Mayor Hudes for his exemplary leadership. As a proud resident of Los Gatos, really do admire your commitment to good governance, collaboration, and also just your partnership with our office and with Congressman Sam Liccardo, specifically around wildfire resilience. We kicked off our wildfire resilience partnership here in Los Gatos and really appreciated your support in that and continued support, and the work continues with your staff as well. So really just want to thank you for your leadership, and look forward to continuing to work with the new mayor as well. So just want, and we do have a certificate here from Congressman Liccardo.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak on verbal communications? Is there anyone online who would like to speak?
There are no hands raised on Zoom.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bilal Aftab, council member in Saratoga, and most recent mayor as of a week ago, or no longer mayor. I had the honor of serving with Mayor Hudes over the last year. I really appreciate your approach, your thoughtfulness, and your style, and really appreciate how much the effort to collaborate between Saratoga and Los Gatos. That goes a long way because we share borders, but a lot of things that we've been working on don't respect them, and so it's really phenomenal. And to the incoming mayor, excited to see all that you'll do. And you're such a bright light for all of us, and really appreciate everything you do, not just in Los Gatos, but around the county. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you. With that, I will close verbal communications. So thank you for that. And then I think the town manager has something.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Los Gatos has a tradition of demonstrating the immense amount of work that mayors do on a yearly basis. So we want to commemorate your year by way of presentation. So with that, I'll turn it over to the clerk.
thank you all, and I'm glad to see I wasn't wearing the same suit when I was sworn in last year. And at least a couple of times at ribbon cuttings, I had a drink in my hand, so it was a successful year.
Mr. Mayor, I want to speak to the audience for a bit. The job of a council member, and specifically the mayor, is probably one of the most challenging ones in government. You have 33,000 people and many needs and not enough resources to tackle them. And most people don't see what you do on a day-to-day basis, what happens behind closed doors, what happens on the one-on-ones that we have, what happens when critical incidents happen in this community. And folks don't necessarily see the compassion, dedication, love that council members and the mayor try to put into making Los Gatos the best community and to retain that title that we've had now for a number of years. As mayor, I've spent more time with you and the council than I have with my own family. But it's an absolute honor, having now finished my first year coming back home to the community I was born and raised in, to serve now with 2 mayors and soon to be 3. Your work is tireless, you're very meticulous, and we've made tremendous movement on some of our largest top strategic priorities with regards to wildfire preparation and disaster preparedness, fiscal management, and fighting to retain our choice in terms of how buildings occur and to retain our small town charm. And so on behalf of the staff of the town of Los Gatos, we'd like to provide something to you to commemorate this year of service ending today, December 9th. And I will say to the community, just because today was his last day didn't mean he took a day off. This morning, we spent the morning at the County Board of Supervisors meeting, honoring in memoriam council member and former mayor Barbara Spector. So, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to present to you this ceremonial gavel to commemorate the year.
Yeah, if Assemblymember Pellerin would like to, hello, how are you? I want to acknowledge you, thank you. If you like, absolutely. Oh, you don't have to talk. We were just saying, acknowledging you being here and thanking you for being here.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor, for your service to the town of Los Gatos. It's been exemplary, and I've enjoyed working with you, and just love being here in Los Gatos. Love all the lights that are celebrating the holidays, and super excited to see the new incoming mayor, Rob Moore. So just glad I made it in time to celebrate your service and to welcome the new mayor.
Thank you. It's wonderful to see you here. I'd like to take a few minutes to reflect on my recent service as mayor. You know, in the early 80s, my wife, Kui, who's over there, Kui and I took my parents out to dinner in Los Gatos. I think it was at Steamers. Before returning home to our modest apartment in Santa Clara, we explored the vibrant downtown here. And then we drove through the historic Almond Grove, and then the elegant Glen Ridge, and then made our way back through Ridgecrest and the hillsides and down back to the valley. That night in the early 80s, we discovered a real town. I didn't think we could ever live here, let alone own a home, become part of the community, and eventually serve as mayor. What a privilege all of that is. Even though our town is a treasure, I realize that we have several challenges, including those affecting small businesses, congestion, wildfire risk, affordability. And that's when I chose to get involved and really to focus on maintaining the core character of Los Gatos. You know, we have a tidal wave of development applications that's transforming the character of our town. A top priority for me has been to use whatever levers we have to manage development in a reasonable way that both provides housing opportunities, especially for our police, teachers, and downtown workers, but also remains in line with the special character and unique charm of our town. This year, 2 developments were approved, and now this is my opinion. I think they align with neighborhood character and do not excessively strain our resources. I voted against a third due to safety concerns. And a 4th project has been revised for, again, my opinion, much more appropriate height and density given the adjacent residential neighborhood. Beyond development, there are 3 things that I've focused on and remain my concerns for the future. Remember, I'm not going away. I still have 3 years on the council. Safety, wildfire, and traffic, improving disaster preparedness through cutting down the fuel, early warning and communications, public safety coordination, and traffic solutions that deal with our gridlock beach cut-through traffic, and working on that in partnership with the Valley Transportation Authority. Number 2, for me, is a new community center to support spaces for all ages by collaborating with the Los Gatos Thrives Foundation to create a place for people away from phones, away from social media, to meet face-to-face, talk to each other, and just have fun together. And number 3, historic preservation. Promote efforts to preserve our historic structures and neighborhoods, but they're slipping away. On Tuesday night, the council agreed unanimously to work with staff to explore 6 new preservation ideas that came from our Historic Preservation Committee. But to do those things, we need a foundation, and that foundation consists of, number 1, financial stability and transparency, particularly addressing pension liabilities and unpredictable funding. Second is economic opportunities that come from having a thriving downtown economy, but also encouraging innovation and startups in the wonderful environment we have here. Third, enhanced security. Even though Los Gatos is safe, there has been a rise in theft, and we need to do more to innovate public safety while respecting privacy amid increased theft. And 4, restored services for older adults who comprise over 30% of our residents. Our town is a treasure. It's not just the historic buildings, the hillsides, but it's really the welcoming community of engaged residents and our excellent schools, all nested in beautiful hillsides surrounded by plenty of open space. The character of our town unifies us and focuses us on those local actions we can take. Now I want to thank our town manager, Chris Constantine, a true partner, and our town staff, who are professional and go beyond the call of duty to serve our town. I'm also grateful to my fellow council members who gave me the opportunity to serve and who constantly provide ideas and have helped guide me and give me feedback along the way. I love working with you. Finally, I want to thank my family, my wife, Qui, who puts up with me jumping up from the table and skipping dinner to go to town meetings, and who's a sounding board for me, for my ideas as well as my frustrations. And thank you to Colette and Simon, who are so important to me. And finally, thank you to the community for the opportunity to serve you. Councilmember Badami.
I'd like to thank Mayor Hudes for his unwavering commitment to his role as mayor and the causes he championed. You heard all of them, most of them actually, because he leaves no stone unturned. But with deep analysis, he navigated uncharted waters of new housing laws, wildfire initiatives to mitigate loss of life and property, and a path for an inclusive community in which all residents can thrive. With integrity, passion, and acumen, focused on prudent financial management and preservation of our small town charm, his stewardship has truly been dedicated to protecting the character of our town. Thank you, Mayor Hudes. With great care, you set a very high bar.
Thank you, Councilmember Badami. Councilmember Risto.
Thank you. I also want to thank you, Matthew, for your leadership for the Town Council and representing Los Gatos this past year. As each of us who've served as mayor in the past can attest, it's an extra lift for a council member to add the duties of mayor, and you handled it very well. Drawing on your professional experience in business, coupled with the many years in local government, you effectively helped focus the town towards shared priorities, including fiscal responsibility, resident engagement, wildfire resilience, senior services, historic preservation. The list goes on, and you well enumerated them in your speech. From other parts of the country, I think you and your wife and my husband and I came to Los Gatos in the 80s, very likely for the same reason, and we fell in love with this town. The natural beauty, the historic downtown, the strong sense of community. I know it is your passion for this community, which we all cherish, that drives your goals. You understand what makes Los Gatos special, why newcomers are attracted, and why residents are so invested. I thank you for the numerous hours you've poured into the Finance Commission, Adult Senior Roadmap, Policy Committee, and so many other commitments that the public likely never sees. You are a strong advocate for this gem in Silicon Valley. While you and I may have differing approaches to planning for the future of our town, I know that you share my desire to create a community that values its seniors, nurtures its children, maintains economic vitality, and creates a sustainable and welcoming Los Gatos for the next generation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilmember Risto. Vice Mayor.
Thank you. Mayor Hudes has led the town of Los Gatos with care and distinction for the past year. You have made important progress on issues like supporting older adults, prioritizing historic preservation, improving internal processes, navigating complex housing challenges, and addressing emergency preparedness. Moreover, I have seen you be thoughtful and engaged in working with other municipalities and our regional partners to address issues that extend well beyond the borders of Los Gatos. I've been impressed with your ability to connect with city, county, state, and federal partners to bring resources and attention to the unique challenges that face Los Gatos. While we might not have been on the same side of every vote, I appreciate your willingness to collaborate and meet in the middle on issues of mutual interest, something I hope to continue in the year ahead. Congratulations on an impactful year ahead, and I look forward to serving with you in 2026.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Councilmember Rennie.
I went last, so I don't have to repeat everything. So I won't repeat all of your accomplishments and all your favorite important agenda items. I will thank you for the work and congratulate you on a successful year. And I completely agree. You went beyond and above and beyond in the amount of hard work you put into being mayor and pursuing all of the agenda items that you were passionate for, that you felt would keep Los Gatos great and keep us great into the future. I particularly liked the way you kept our council meetings cordial, and we had a civil discourse, and there was no or very little drama. For those that have been mayor in the room, they appreciate it when when the year goes by without drama. I think a lot of them have known drama, so thank you for keeping us dramaless, and congratulations.
Thank you for all of your comments, and I just have to remark that, you know, the environment that we're in now, we just had a highly contested national election, and we're headed into another one probably. It's clear that our country remains deeply divided. However, the Los Gatos Town Council has focused on local issues and has stayed above hyperpartisanship. We've maintained civility among ourselves and hopefully with staff, and we'll continue this approach. Given that backdrop, I would like to nominate Rob Moore to be the town's next mayor. He is someone who will bring fresh ideas to the challenges that we face, and it is more than time for a young person to step forward and have a go at it. Rob has prepared himself and made himself available to all in our community. He does his homework, learns the issues, and takes positions. It's Rob's turn. But more than that, I believe he will be a fine mayor. And with that, I move to nominate Rob Moore to be the next mayor of the town of Los Gatos. Do I have a second? Councilmember Risto.
I'll second the motion. May I make comments at this point?
Absolutely.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say I'm so excited. Rob Moore was born and raised in Los Gatos, and you know this community well. When you ran for office in 2022, you knocked on more doors and listened to more residents in a few months than anyone I have ever seen. Beyond your skill at meeting with and listening to residents, you've also raised the bar on effective communication with your newsletter. Everyone I meet comments on your great newsletter, and you cover pretty much everything in town. I'm not even going to try because it would just be a me too, and he's already got it covered. Your energy, passion, and incredibly hard work have elevated you to a level of effective leadership that is rare and special. You are always prepared for meetings. Your input is thoughtful. You are respectful, even the most trying of circumstances, and you are incredibly empathetic. Our community is well served across the board by you. You do not have a narrow band of constituents as you care deeply about taking care of each resident. You've demonstrated exceptional leadership from your first year on the council, and 3 years later, you are more than ready and deserving to be our mayor. I share so many of your priorities, and I'm excited by your optimism in addressing tough issues. Congratulations and thank you.
Councilmember Badami.
I'm so thrilled that we're leading towards a consensus and that we share a common theme. So some of my comments will be a little repetitive, but I feel that it's very important that I speak them. Vice Mayor Moore, now soon to be Mayor Moore, you've inspired confidence that you're ready for this role. You're always well prepared, you're thoughtful in deliberations, and informative with those newsletters. I learn a lot from them, so thank you. His outreach with the community and the region, it radiates with positive energy and enthusiasm. His dedication to public service will build a strong, connected community. This will be an exuberant year for Los Gatos, and I look forward to his leadership.
Thank you, Councilmember Badami. Councilmember Rennie.
Thank you, Mayor. So, of course, I'm going to support this motion. Councilmember Moore, you were said to be young, which I guess is true, but often young comes with a lot of energy and a lot of passion, which you absolutely do. But as everybody at the dais has already said, you're also well-studied and well-learned, and I think wise at this point. Maybe you need a few more gray hairs to really make sure we know you're wise, but the job of mayor may bring a few gray hairs on. So I'm confident that you're prepared for the job. I think that you may give Mayor Hudis a run for the money on how much effort you put in, because you even, from year one on council, you've put in a tremendous amount of effort to get connected to the community. And I want to second one thing that Councilmember Risto said, that you don't have a narrow band of people that you're trying to represent, and that's something that I've always thought was important. I have, of course, those people I'm connected to, but I try to think about everybody in Los Gatos when I make a decision, not just the people that I talk to all the time. And I think you're making an excellent effort to try to hear everybody in Los Gatos, and that will be important as mayor. So good luck.
Thank you. So there's a motion and a second, and so I would like to call the question. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Passes unanimously. Perhaps you might want to make a comment or two.
Well, thank you all very, very much. I have prepared a few remarks, so thank you all very, very much for being here. I cannot tell you how honored I am to see the chambers so full this evening, and I am very sorry that many of you have ended up in the hallway. That was not my intention. But as I look around this room, I see a community that refuses to sit on the sidelines. I feel your optimism, your energy, and your love for Los Gatos. This is what participatory democracy looks like, your being here. Your presence tonight shows what government is capable of at its best. Bringing people together and building momentum around our shared goals. I'll share some thoughts with you on what I know will be an impactful year ahead, but first I want to share a few very important thank yous. First, thank you to my fiance, Kylie, who will be swearing me in. Kylie is my biggest supporter, and she leads with love through everything life has thrown our way. Thank you to my family who is here tonight, my mom, Lori, my dad, Rich, his girlfriend, Sue, my brother, Adam, and my future mother-in-law, Tammy, for always believing in me. Thank you to my friends, many of whom have come from far, and some of whom have known me for a very long time, long before anyone thought I might be a mayor, or even a particularly productive member of society. So thank you for always being there. Thank you to my colleagues on the Los Gatos Town Council for your dedication to this community and for your vote of confidence. Thank you to our incredibly devoted town staff who make what we discuss on this dais a reality. I feel so incredibly fortunate to serve and work with such a dedicated group of people. Thank you to our town commissioners, community groups, nonprofits, and service clubs for your tireless efforts to make our town a better place. And finally, thank you to the 33,000 residents of Los Gatos. You are the reason that we serve. I have so much gratitude for every single person here. Your support means more than I know I will ever be able to express. Becoming the mayor of Los Gatos is, without a doubt, the greatest honor of my professional life. I promise to be a mayor for all of Los Gatos, for every resident, every neighborhood, and every perspective. In local government, we do not control every force that shapes our town. From state housing mandates to attacks from the federal government, but we do control how we respond, with courage, creativity, and an unwavering commitment to serve and respect all people in our community. I believe one of the fundamental roles of government is to help bend the forces of change toward the future that we seek. And in Los Gatos, while our history is imperfect and sometimes painful, we have a long tradition of taking bold action for our future. For those that don't know, our town was incorporated in 1887, and over the past 138 years, we have accomplished extraordinary things. We see our innovative spirit in the world-class railroad that our community built more than a century ago. We see our resilience in the way this community responded to the devastating 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake. And we see our care for future generations in the decades-long effort to save St. Joseph's Open Space, a space many of us enjoy today. We no longer have a railroad running through our downtown, and we face very new challenges. But our love for this community remains every bit as strong. As your mayor, my first responsibility is to respond to the needs of our community. So with that goal, I've established 5 priorities that will guide my focus for the next year. These reflect the concerns I've heard firsthand from our neighbors, both during my campaign when I knocked on more than 7,000 doors in town and during my 3 years on the Los Gatos Town Council. In addition to the essential responsibilities of every mayor, ensuring public safety and managing our finances, I will focus on the following key priorities. Number 1, housing. Number 2, youth, seniors, and families. Number 3, street safety and traffic. Number 4, preparedness. And number 5, community vitality. First, on housing. This will inevitably be one of the defining issues of my term as mayor. The council is likely to consider about a dozen major development proposals in 2026. My focus will be on preserving the town's character, strengthening our local decision-making, reducing legal exposure, and creating affordable housing. Further, I will pursue initiatives like publicizing renter protections, promoting pre-approved ADU plans, and working to create a comprehensive approach to homelessness. Second, on youth, seniors, and families. Our young people are the future of Los Gatos, and helping children, teens, and families thrive strengthens our entire community. Today's students face unique challenges, and it is our duty as leaders to actively support this next generation. I plan to create programs that directly benefit youth, like a youth town hall, while fostering intergenerational connection through a community service volunteer day and supporting the creation of a Los Gatos Community Center. And I will continue building on the important work being done to support our older adults. Third, on street safety and traffic. I will advocate for tangible changes that enhance street safety and ease traffic through practical improvements like adding rounded mirrors at Highway 17 off-ramps, painting red daylighting curbs at key intersections, and piloting universal bus passes for students. We've been making great progress on e-bike safety, and I'm eager to share more updates on that work in the months ahead. Traffic remains a top concern for residents, and I plan to find creative solutions to address this very persistent headache. Fourth, on preparedness. Los Gatos has made rapid progress on emergency preparedness over the past year, and ensuring our town is ready for whatever comes our way, from wildfire to extreme weather, is a key priority. I also see preparedness as our response to climate change and our responsibility to environmental stewardship. Next month, restaurants and grocery stores across the state will be barred from distributing plastic bags, and implementing these changes in town is an important way for us to do our part to protect the planet. I also intend to support initiatives to increase electrification and push for funding for the Los Gatos Community Garden. Finally, on community vitality. Los Gatos is a vibrant, welcoming community, and I intend to take concrete steps to support our small businesses, nonprofits, and community partners. To strengthen our culture of service, I will recognize a Small Business of the Month and a Resident of the Month. I will also expand my communication to more mediums, like in the newspaper and video. And because Los Gatos is part of a broader region, I will continue to collaborate with our school districts, our county, and our state partners. These priorities are by no means exhaustive, and the council will collectively tackle hundreds of issues in the year ahead. I recall Councilmember Risto likening the role of mayor to that of a team captain, and outgoing Mayor Hudes emphasizing the mayor's important role in fostering collaboration, wisdom I intend to keep front of mind. I share my priorities to highlight where I will be placing extra focus and to start a dialogue, seeking partners on these topics while lifting up the goals of others. That brings me to my final topic this evening, a call to action. The work of changing our world begins at home, and success requires engagement from all. So, if you're feeling disheartened by events in our country or inspired by what you've heard this evening, I encourage you to turn your attention to your local community. I firmly believe that local action is the antidote to despair, so I'll close by sharing a few ways you can get involved. You can join a service club like Rotary, Morning Rotary, Kiwanis, Lions, or the History Club. Volunteer with or financially support a nonprofit, community, or political organization. Serve on a town commission or provide public comments at these town meetings. Join a congregation or volunteer for a faith ministry. mentor a young person or get involved in our schools, volunteer for emergency preparedness programs like CERT and DART, shop locally and support our small businesses, and of course, attend our wonderful community events. President Barack Obama once said, "Change will not come if we wait for some other person or if we wait for some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. We are the change that we seek." If you have a desire for change, I implore you to dive into service. Collectively, we can continue to retain what makes this community so special while evolving to ensure more people can share in our good fortune. The reality is, the future of Los Gatos will not be written by any one mayor, council, or moment. It is written every day by all of us together. So let's step into this year with hope, determination, and a shared commitment to building a stronger, more united Los Gatos. I am endlessly grateful for your trust, inspired by your presence, and so deeply honored to serve as your mayor. Thank you. Now let's get to work.
So it's time for another nomination.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mayor. Moving on, traditionally, this is the time when the new mayor nominates a vice mayor. Los Gatos observes a rotation and an order for our leadership positions, which limits uncertainty and confusion in the process. So with that in mind, I would like to turn the mic over to Councilmember Rennie to share some thoughts.
Thank you, soon-to-be mayor. I guess we're going to have a swearing in soon. So I'm up next for vice mayor, and I'm planning to decline that honor, and I'll explain why. First of all, I'd say it's really important that we follow the rules, I mean, what we would call it, the operation. You know, it's an unwritten agreement that we take turns rotating through mayor and vice mayor. And I think this is important in helping to keep the civility on the council, that everybody gets a chance at these roles. I've seen other cities sometimes skip, and it creates a lot of bad will, maybe a little bit of dysfunction. And I think even if you're not always in agreement, that fifth person or maybe the minority always has good contributions. And if you start creating this kind of bad will by skipping people, you don't function as well as a team. So thank you for thinking. I think most people are thinking, it's my turn up next. And it's an honor to be the mayor and the vice mayor. I've been mayor and vice mayor twice each now, so I've had this honor 4 times. But the honor also comes with some responsibilities. When I was vice mayor and then Mayor Syack was mayor, she said to me, well, as my vice mayor, I want you to help me make the motions while I'm trying to run the meeting. Particularly as a new mayor, you're trying to make sure everybody's heard, each council member gets their say, that all the public, make sure all the meeting runs well. And while you're thinking about all that, well, then you need somebody to move the agenda forward also. And oftentimes the vice mayor helps do that. And particularly as a new mayor, when you're learning how to juggle lots of things, I think this can be very helpful for the vice mayor. Also, even outside of meetings, the mayor gets asked to talk at many things, cut many ribbons, go many places. And I know this incoming mayor is going to be volunteering for even extra things. So there'll be a lot of times where the vice mayor is needed to fill in, when you've signed up for 3 things at the same time kind of thing, you'll need to send the vice mayor. my wife retired a couple years ago, and as some of you may have noticed, I've started traveling quite a bit, and I've occasionally started taking council meetings remotely, and I have planned 3 remote council meetings in the spring, and I expect to maybe be traveling or out of town even between meetings when I am here at the meeting. So for this reason, I feel like I can't fully fulfill my responsibility as vice mayor and properly support a first-time mayor. So for this reason, I'm going to decline the 5th time of this honor, and instead make the motion that the next person in line, Councilmember Risto, be vice mayor.
Have a second. Councilmember Badami.
Thank you, Mayor. I will second that. Councilmember Risto is a seasoned and well-studied council member, serving as former mayor, vice mayor, and town commissioner. She's passionate about this town, and together with incoming Mayor Moore, we'll make a great team. So you'll do us good, I know, both of you.
Great, thank you. So with that, I'm going to call the question. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. Congratulations, Vice Mayor. So there's just 1 or 2 more things to do. The next thing is the oath of office. So if the new mayor and vice mayor could come in front here, and Ms. Clark, if you could come up and administer the oath, that would be terrific. So in handing the gavel over to our new mayor, I did want to ask whether I had maybe asked Vice Mayor Risto to make some comments.
I hadn't prepared any comments. What I would like to say, first of all, is above and beyond everything, I really appreciate the dedication that Councilmember Rennie has shown in his 11 years on our town council. I mean, the other night at a meeting, he made a comment and couched it with, after being on the council for 11 years, and it struck me that probably no one will ever say that again. Now that we have term limits, nobody will go beyond 8 years. And his solid unflappableness, his sense of how government works is deeply ingrained, his understanding. And I would say that it was really an honor for me in my second year on council to serve as Rob's vice mayor. At that point, he was extraordinarily busy, and I had promised to support him in every way possible, and I did. I showed up anywhere he needed me to, and at that point, COVID was still a big thing, and so there was one night where literally I got a call at 8 o'clock that you tested positive, and I had to go give a speech at Hillbrook School for their commencement, and I had to write a speech that night. So that said, it was good because it was only my second year on the council. I learned so much by being vice mayor to him. His mentorship was important. The opportunities I got really helped shape me in my first year as mayor. And what I feel now is that I absolutely will dedicate myself to supporting this council, but also supporting our new mayor, who, although it's his first time being mayor, I think has a strong sense of leadership and understanding. But I will do whatever it takes to support what you need and provide any guidance that, 2 or 3 things you might need to know, because I think you know most of it. And I will attempt to match half of your energy. Thank you.
All right, well, does anyone have any final comments? I think that's all of our agenda. And so I just want to, again, thank everyone so very much for being here this evening. I'm so grateful to my council colleagues, to our incredibly hardworking town staff, our town manager, Chris Constantine, and most of all, everyone here this evening. So thank you all. I'm very excited for the year ahead, and have a lovely, lovely evening. This meeting is adjourned.